You're in the middle of your oral test. Your teacher asks, "Tell me about Utopia by Thomas More." Your mind goes blank. You've read the notes, but the words won't come.
We're fixing that with a specific mind map method and a secret hidden in plain sight.
Plus, there's one character whose name is a deliberate joke. Once you see the irony, you'll never forget the plot.
And by the end, you'll speak fluently for 2 minutes without freezing.
Hello, lovely learners. I'm Anna, your guide for structure and mind mapping.
And I'm Annie, your B2 level proficiency model. I'll help you bridge the gap between simple notes and natural B2 level English.
Look at the map. Genre, structure, plot. Before you expand any branch, name it. That signals to your teacher exactly where you are. Utopia is a literary prose composition originally written in Latin in 1516.
Now, Latin was the bread and butter of scholars then, but an English version didn't exist until 1551, 16 years after More was executed. It was translated by Ralph Robinson, who was a London goldsmith, not a scholar. So a craftsman bringing this to the public shows how much the book's reach extended beyond the elite.
Part 1 was written in 1516, but Part 2 was written earlier in 1515.
The work uses a narrative frame, a real diplomatic mission to Antwerp. We've already encountered this story within the story setup. Remember our videos about the Canterbury Tales?
3 figures anchor the story in Utopia: More, the narrator, and don't mix up the author with the narrator. They are different. Then we have Peter Giles, the facilitator, and Raphael Hythloday, the eyewitness.
Now remember that name, Hythloday. He's the explorer who has actually seen Utopia, but his name holds a secret that changes everything. But we'll see that later. Okay, let's get down to business and look at the plot branch. In part 1, Hythloday visits England and puts forward specific pointed reform proposals.
He calls for the abolition of the death penalty, attacks the enclosure of common land, questions the use of mercenary soldiers, and challenges high commodity prices.
So why use a fictional character for this?
Because criticizing Henry VIII directly was dangerous. By using Hythloday, More was playing it safe. If the king got angry, More could say, "It's just a story told by a character who doesn't exist."
And that's a writer's craft, which we'll discuss again with other authors.
Time to wake up your brain. We're doing a 30-second challenge.
Now guys, no pens, no paper, active retrieval only.
Look at the plot branch we've just covered. You have 30 seconds to name 2 of the 4 social issues Hythloday criticized in England.
Time's up. If you've got them, you're doing great. If not, hit back 20 seconds and listen to those 4 points again. Now, in part 2, where we learn about Utopia, we get the full description of the ideal commonwealth. Let's start with King Utopus,
the founder of Utopia. Geography.
Utopia is separated from the mainland by a channel which functions as a protection from the neighbours.
Political structure.
The population is divided into family groups, with a family head chosen each year. The family heads form the council.
Institutions.
The cities are organised in quadrants, where there's a hospital and mess halls for the meals in common.
The meals are prepared by slaves.
Marriage is encouraged at 22 years old for men and 18 for women.
Economic system.
All the goods are in common.
From whence derives the definition of commonwealth.
And they work a 6-hour day.
3 hours in the morning and 3 in the afternoon.
Lucky them.
Yes. Use these high-value nodes: geography, politics, and economy. Choose among the aspects the map shows, those which create an image in your head, and you'll remember them more easily.
Note the communal mess halls. They have slaves in Utopia. The map is very specific. Slaves are criminals or adulterers, not conquered peoples.
That distinction matters for your test.
Okay, let's spill the beans in the Greek etymology of the title. It could work as a wild card for your oral test.
Utopia comes from the Greek utopos, meaning no place, but sounds like topos, good place. That's why we think of Utopia as an ideal place. And Hythloday, Annie?
It's from Hythlos, nonsense, and dein, to know. He's literally someone who talks nonsense, a real expert in nonsense.
Mentioning this satirical irony is the difference between a B and an A grade. You're telling the teacher you see the secrets hidden in plain view. Use the complete mind map on screen now to practice your full 2-minute speech out loud.
If all this made Utopia click for you, subscribe. We're here to help you sail successfully through your exams.
Tag a friend who's still waiting for the perfect world.
That'll be right.
L&T, where literature meets clarity. Stay lit.